Hey, so this is gonna be a interesting one camera, one lens challenge. I got the Nikon Z6 Mark III with me and no tripod, but I do have a new piece of kit with me. Yeah, that's a walking boot. Yeah, fun stuff. Great story for another time. Luckily, it allows me to walk fairly even trails with no discomfort, no pain. Otherwise, the rental on this lens and camera would have been pretty much wasted. Yeah. So we're at Little Bean Lake Conservation Area up near Itan, Missouri. We've been here a few times before. It is partial woodland, so we're going to try to stay in the woodlands because we're up here close to midday, so it's not ideal light, but with the foot and ankle issue, I wanted to be up here when I could see the trail and know where I'm stepping and have a backup if I needed to make a phone call. So let's see what we get away with handheld with the Nikon Z6 III and the Nikkor 24-120 f4 lens. Yeah. Well, I hope I got the right focus mode on here. I already shot one intro with the wrong focus mode on, and it wasn't detecting my eye at all. In fact, the background was in perfect focus for that one. So I'll show you a little bit of that here. Okay, so here's the composition that I'm going to go for right here. This is a seed pod. May have had a cool flower on it a couple weeks ago, but I'm not sure. But I really like the way this looks, even though it's got green and it's got a little bit of black and brown on it, and the way the lens just blurs out at f4, it's just gorgeous.
I really do like the bokeh of the 24-120 f4 lens. It is just gorgeous. It is butterly smooth even. I really wish I could have been up there when the flowers were blooming, but I do like this composition of the seed cone that is left at the end of the season. Took it into post, did a little bit of dodging and burning. I also did a vignette around the subject matter to draw your attention to that seed cone. I felt like everything else was pulling my attention away in the edit, so a little bit of darkening, a little bit of pulling your attention to my intended subject. Let me know what you think of the Nikon Z6 III and the Nikkor 24-120 f4 lens.
Here's composition number 2. These are some little violet flowers that I found. Looks like the plant's dead, but the leaves are coming back very, very nicely and showing signs of regrowth. This may be one of our species that flowers in the spring and in the late summer again. Kind of cool. I like the composition here with this one flower being predominantly in focus and then everything else being soft. The bokeh on this lens is gorgeous.
Wow. Just wow on the bokeh. I love the fact that the little flower and a couple of leaves are the subject, and it just pops. It doesn't pop quite as much as I was thinking it would in the field, but we can fix that in post, right? Yeah. I wish I would have taken a little bit more time in the field to get the exposure right, but that foot was bugging the heck out of me. So in post, what I did is a little dodging and burning, just to highlight that popping flower a little bit more and to de-emphasize some of the clutter elements that didn't quite blur out with that f4 bokeh. So far, I'm really loving the Nikon Z6 III and that Nikon Z24-120 f4 lens.
Okay, so this is going to be composition number 3, and I'm going for that daisy and hopefully that daisy because they're on the same focal plane at f4. They look like they're sharp. I love the way the background is just totally blurring out behind them. It's just gorgeous.
You can't tell it, but I'm really enamored by the bokeh on this. I love these wild daisies. One is slightly out of focus. The other is pretty much tack sharp. This is not my favorite photo from this outing. This is my second favorite photo. You gotta hang in there till the end to see my favorite photo with the Nikon Z6 Mark III and the Nikkor 24-120 f4 lens. Oh, it's gorgeous. I did a little bit of dodging and burning here just to emphasize the subject matter a little bit better, but that bokeh is just stunning. What do you think about it? Let's talk about it down below.
I think this is composition number 4. So this is why I like shooting woodlands at not quite midday here in Missouri, because you can get some really cool breakthrough light. In some areas we got way too much undergrowth. This one's actually kind of knocked down here, and then we got some, looks like Virginia creeper going up the trees there. It caught my attention because there's, you know, very nice dark areas that aren't so far gone that you can bring them back up and post a little bit, and then you've got highlights throughout. Just grabbed my attention, and that's usually what I photograph when I go through a woodland, no matter what time of day it is. What grabs my eye at one time of day may not grab it at another time, or I may think a composition would work better with different light, come back for that time of day, and now it really only worked when I saw it, so now I've taken to just shoot it when you see it.
So I talked about, if you see an image that you think is going to be good, take it, shoot it, make it, and then review it when you get home. I don't like this. There's just really no defined subject in this photograph. I thought about, honestly, cutting this from the video, but I wanted to keep in all my thoughts in the field about photographing what you see in the moment, because the light may not be better. The reason why you wanted to shoot that image was then and there. It was the moment in time, and that's what photography should be, capturing that moment in time. What are your thoughts on it? Let's get a discussion going. I know I don't like this photo. It's going to get deleted. It's not going to take up hard drive space for me, but I am sharing it.
I'm loving the autofocus area on this. I've got it set to human, animal, and flower, and it is doing a really good job of picking up this morning glory, who has decided it is still morning. You can kind of see in the background blur right here. That's another morning glory flower. So is that. They've already closed up because they're getting enough sun. And this one is just refusing to call it a day. I love how the background just blurs out on the Nikon Z6III with the Nikkor. Oh, look, there's a bee. That was kind of cool. The Nikkor 24-120 f4 lens. This is just gorgeous.
I love it. It's a little underexposed, so we're going to fix that in post. I gotta quit saying how much I love the bokeh of this lens on this camera. It is just awesome. Yeah, it is a little underexposed. Go ahead, say it down below, because I know you're going to. I brought the flower up and didn't do too much with the rest of the composition because I just wanted the flower to be the subject, of course. So I want your eye drawn to it. I'm loving the Nikon Z6III. It's given the Nikon Z5II a run for its money. Not sure which one we're going to end up with.
Okay, one last composition. I just like the way these leaves and this little flower look, and that background just blurs out perfectly. I mean, check out that bokeh way back there, and then how the leaves are sharp, even the flower's sharp at f4. Wow, just gorgeous. Nikon Z6III living up to its hype. Definitely the big brother to the Z5 II. Wow.
Believe it or not, we still haven't gotten my favorite photo from this outing. And I'm not going to say it, but say it with me. Yeah, you know, the bokeh. It's there. It's amazing at f4. It feels like f2.8 to me. I love the way it helps reduce the clutter in these images, and there's very minimal post-processing to draw out the subject on any of these. All these flower shots in this woodland were just gorgeous that day. I really loved shooting with the Nikon Z6 Mark III and the Nikkor 24-120 f4 lens. Just a sweet setup.
Nice little thistle here. Got a couple different angles. This angle here shows more of the spines on the base of the thistle and the flower itself. And the background just blurs out so nicely on the Nikon Z6III with that 24-120 Nikkor lens on it. Then another angle is this, roughly. Just the way it looks is gorgeous. I heard a woodpecker. Now, I think it's time to call it a day, so I'm going to start heading back.
So I really love the way the purple just popped on this thistle flower. And this is not yet my favorite photograph from the outing. I'm going to be honest, I have two compositions of this flower. This is the first one, and I'd like to know which one you guys like better down below. Of course, we got the gorgeous bokeh, and I did a little bit in post. I brought the colors back up on the flower, you know, so that you're definitely drawn to it. That's pretty much it. I really love the color science on Nikon cameras. I always have, but this Nikon Z6 Mark III really pops. So this is it. This is my favorite from this outing. Tell me which one you like the best between composition number 8 and composition number 7. This is 8. The one before it was 7. I did very minimal post-processing on this photograph. What I did is an inverted vignette. So the outside corners are a little bit darker in the post-processed photo. That gives me the ability to draw your attention in on the subject, not just the fact that it's in the center of the frame. I really enjoyed getting out there with the Nikon Z6 Mark III and the Nikkor 24-120mm f4S lens. Well, we're going to try this again because I just looked at the exit and I was totally out of focus. The background was gorgeous. Let's try this again. Yeah. Okay. So out in the field I had a couple settings wrong for that last bit in the field. Yeah. I shot it twice and it was blurry both times. I needed full-time autofocus active on the Nikon Z6 III in order to have it actually focus correctly the full time. Yeah. Oh yeah. The joys of you pick up a camera and you go out in the field and you just try to do something with it. Yeah. So here again, rental camera, so limited time with it. I like this camera, and now that I've figured out the functionality of how to do that correctly, that's at least corrected, because I was kind of disappointed in the field. Anyway, a lot of things going on, so there's probably that contributing to the fact that I didn't remember to change it to full-time autofocus out there. Had a great walk. Made some really cool images, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 500 subs this year and get the community access stuff going, so memberships and stuff like that, so that we can keep this channel moving and do more content that you guys like to watch. I love sharing photography. I love sharing our travels. I love sharing these quirky style gear reviews that I do. And if you like this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Show YouTube that you liked the video. And if you'd like to see some stuff on the Nikon Z5 Mark II, I'm going to put a playlist up here. If you want to see the next video with the Nikon Z6 III, this rental that I'm recording this on right now, I'll put that right about there. Yeah. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.